welcome to another episode of the Easy Cage Show. Guys, I am Darth Easy.
I'm Rainy Cage.
And this is episode 150 of the Easy Cage Show.
Woo!
Crazy that we have done 150 of these things, audio versions and live camera in person. That way you can see our beautiful faces. I mean, look at this. I mean, don't you just want to be involved in this great community and seeing these beautiful faces? This is the only time you get to see Rainy Cage on the YouTube screen. Since he cried and quit the Rainy Cage YouTube channel.
Too much work.
Rainy Cage, how is it going?
It's going great. Leaving for vacation soon, so it's going great.
Yeah, that's good. So guys, like this.
I know you don't care about Venom, but went and saw that last night. Mm-hmm. It's about the same as the first one. Like,
hold on. That's a movie preview.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So we can talk about it. You can talk about it in a minute. So, if I had some sunglasses, okay, y'all didn't see anything. So, all right, guys. So to this episode, before Rainy Cage gets into talking about Venom, we're talking about movie previews. This is our preview into the month of October. A lot of cool movies coming out this month. A lot of good movies, maybe some movies I don't care any about go seeing, like a movie that he's getting ready to talk about. But we'll get right into it. So the first movie we're going to talk about is The Addams Family.
Ba-da-da-da.
2.
Ba-da-da-da. 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 Ba-da-da-da.
I can't say.
I never saw the first one.
No, neither did I. I had no interest in this movie. I don't even know what the score of this film is. I'm kind of interested to check that out.
Surprised they must have made some money because
it's animated movies. They don't cost a lot. It's Sony. Is it Sony Animation?
It says United Artists Pictures. I don't even know what that is.
So it must be like I don't know, but let's see.
It's not Sony Animation. I don't know what it is. MGM.
I thought it was the same people that did.
You're right. It says Sony Animation.
So I thought it was the same people that did. Crap, what's that movie?
Hotel Transylvania, which is also coming out.
Is it
on Amazon?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
No one cares.
That one I will watch eventually.
But did you even see the last one?
Yeah. Hotel Transylvania.
In theaters.
I don't know if we went and saw the last one. And I will say the first two were really funny and good time. That last one wasn't very good. So we'll see. This I know we just skipped right over Addams Family, but Hotel Transylvania, the new one's kind of looked like it had a cool little quip because it's going to turn the monster characters into humans and the human characters into monsters, which might be kind of funny.
I don't know when that's coming out.
Andy Samberg plays the main human character, and then Adam Sandler plays the Dracula guy. So, and there's always some good dad-daughter stories in those movies, which maybe is why I'm a little easier on them. But yeah, it comes out on Prime Video this weekend, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I didn't even write on my notes, so
yeah, I don't see it in this list, so I don't know if Movie Insiders doesn't know about it, but Dan Marl talked about it, so I know it is coming out.
Okay, let's move on to the next movie. There's a movie I didn't write on my list, but I saw it on Netflix today. Whenever I've been rewatching Witcher for some reason. So, and mostly because I watched the anime film, and I was like, let's watch the show.
You're talking about the Antoine Fuqua movie with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, is it Antoine Fuqua?
Yeah,
so it's The Guilty, which is Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a former police detective that got grounded to be one of the guys on the phone. I forget what they're called, dispatchers.
911 dispatchers.
And he's trying to solve a crime, probably from his death. So it kind of has a little bit of a searching kind of feel to it, a little bit, but probably not as good. So I like Jake Gyllenhaal. Usually when he's in a movie, I really like him in it. So I'm in checking this movie out maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I might watch it this weekend. Might bring my grand total of movies this weekend to 2. So, are you interested in this film?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for this and I was like, it looks interesting. It looks kind of cheap. And then it's on Netflix, so you never know with Netflix. But I mean, it's got a good cast and good director behind it most of the time. Sometimes Antoine Fuqua's crap, but
he's the it's gonna sound racist, but he is the black Peter Berg to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes he is absolutely incredible. Sometimes he just not that. So
great. The rainy case
or Ridley Scott too. Ridley Scott's really good or really bad. So they're in between.
The Guilty has a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So yeah, it passes the easy meter. So for me to go see it. Now, a movie that did not make past the easy meter is Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Talk about it.
Oh really? I thought it had like a 70 something.
No, it's got like a 59.
Oh, okay, so it's gone down a little bit. That makes more sense. The critics hate it. Oh yeah, you're right. 59. It's got like a 20 something. The first one does.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about Venom. I already went and saw it, and if you love the first one, you're gonna love this movie because it's rinse and repeat. It's the same thing as the first movie. It's hard to take it serious. I mean, it feels like an early 2000s comic book movie, and I kind of, and Kia said the same thing. I kind of like the first one a little bit better than this one. And maybe, I don't know, Tom Hardy's great in it. I even actually really liked Woody Harrelson as the villain in this one. He's crazy over the top, but but the whole time I was sitting there watching, I was like, this is okay. It's like, it's nothing to, it's not the greatest thing ever. But I will say, there are 2 things that happen in this movie that make it pretty much.
It's after the movie is over with.
There's an end credit. It's basically before the title screen. So I guess the cold open. Something happens, and then the end credit scene, something happens, and the theater went insane at the end credit scene.
Yeah.
And it's not even what I was expecting, because I was like, okay, because I kept hearing that it's had a really good end credit scene. And I was like, all right, I kind of know. I was kind of like in my mind, I was like, I know what they're gonna do because it's Sony, and Sony, and then it actually is more than what I was even thinking they were gonna do. So it makes it to where you almost have to watch it. You almost have to watch the Venom movies because of the end credit scene. That's all I'll say. Because they are going to be important later on down the line.
I know. Not that.
Sony is building their universe. I know we've got the vampire one coming out in January. They showed us trailer for that.
The Jared Leto one,
Morbius, and then there was something else that they're already done filming too, that they were, because it popped up on the screen. It was like, see Spider-Man, see Venom, see Morbius, something else. I don't remember what the other movie was, but Sony is all in on building their own. I don't know even what you would call it, Sonyverse, Venomverse.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I'm just gonna say it right here, it's not gonna work. I mean, they tried out with when Amazing Spider-Mans and it didn't work, and they're like, please, Disney, Marvel, Kevin Feige, please save us. Please save us. We will bow down before you. And now that they're back in the good graces, they're like, okay, let's try the Sony movieverse again. And it's not going to work.
I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. So
I've already read into the post-credit scene, so I know about it because I was like, I'm not seeing the movie. I have no interest in it. I watched bits and pieces of the first Venom, hated it, so I'm not watching the second one. So
because we don't have any viewers, they are connecting it very strongly to the MCU, and they pretty much introduced mutants into this movie as well. Yeah. So to me, it's either Sony and Disney are working out some kind of long-term deal.
Well, the fan theories is whenever in the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer or No Way Home trailer. I keep wanting to call it Far From Home. He is far from home. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all stupid titles. Let's be honest with ourselves. But when Doctor Strange breaks the universe and brings all the Spider-Mans into the MCU Spider-Man, and you see Doc Ock, it kind of brings Venom into that universe. So that's where people are thinking where
Yep,
the post
that's
credits
definitely what it is. But then there's also several references to mutants in the beginning of the movie, and I was like, "This is weird." I was like, they like just come out and call one character a mutant, and you're like,
Yeah.
We haven't had mutants in the MCU before, and I don't know if I've heard rumors that Sony is looking to maybe get rid of their not their Spider Verse thing, but their entire movie production, like Sony Pictures, like they're looking to. So I'm wondering if, like in the background, Disney is thinking about buying Sony Pictures, and that's what we're doing here.
But I wouldn't be surprised if if Apple buys Sony, because we have a lot of good television shows coming from Sony, and they've already starting to have a little bit of a movie spear going on. So I could see. I mean, that was talks like I think a year ago was Apple was talking about it, and if anybody buys Sony, the rights to Spider-Man automatically revert back to Marvel without any. Okay. Apple doesn't get whoever buys Sony does not get to keep Spider-Man. So only Spider-Man. The only way Spider-Man stays with Sony is if they keep making the movies and if no one buys the studio. Let's move on. Yeah, this isn't Venom, Spider-Man talk. Now, I watched a movie last night. Okay. I watched The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel. Now, I never watched any of The Sopranos. I was told this is a prequel of the Sopranos. And is it? Absolutely. It does spoil a little bit of stuff, but really, I don't know anything about the series. So really, when I go and watch the Sopranos series, it's not going to really bug me. But I have to say, this movie was great. It has everything you want from a crime film, and I love the young guy that plays the young Tony Soprano, which is actually the son of the guy who played Tony Soprano in the series. And I thought he was great. Like, it's not really his movie, though. That's what I really liked about it. He plays a very small part of the movie, like he's coming up in the world, but then it's really more about his uncle Dickie, who is kind of running the family business, and then you also have Ray Liotta in there. He plays a couple different characters in this film, and it was just cool. It has a Godfather meets Goodfellas kind of vibe to it, but it's a short movie. Like, you kind of want to see a little more, and also the guy who played Aaron Burr, Leslie Odom Jr. He kind of plays as the rival to The Sopranos. And the movie set in the 60s and the 70s. It's actually a really good movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I love a good crime movie, and it got me an interest in going to watching the Sopranos series. And this movie does kind of set itself up. They could do another Sopranos or a prequel movie, just because we really don't really see Tony become the crime boss at the end or anything. So I could see one with him more in like his 20s and 30s before we see him in the series. So if this movie did anything for me, it got me an interest in going and watching the series, which I'll probably do probably the beginning of next year, because got a lot of stuff I got to catch up on. Plus, with 2021 movies, I don't think I'll have time to start a new series, especially that's not really relevant for current TV. But at the beginning of next year, I think I am going to start checking out the Sopranos series now that I have more free time on my hand. So yeah, I love this movie. It was great.
Yeah, it looked interesting. I'm like you. I've never watched The Sopranos. I'm not as into gangster and crime movies as you are, but the trailer did look good. It made me kind of want to check it out. And then, Tyler, he loves The Sopranos. He acts like it's the greatest thing ever. So I'm with you. Like, I may end up watching this, but gosh, I just don't know when I would have time to start another show. So it'd be next year sometime.
Well, watch the movie. Like I said, it's a prequel. Yeah. It gives you another movie on your movie checklist, and then you're like, I can maybe watch this series going forward. So yeah.
I'll probably check it out.
All
It's on
right, cool.
Max, I'm guessing, right?
That's how I watched it.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the 8th. We have a horror movie called Lamb. This movie looks kind of terrifying. Like I have an interest to go see this movie.
No, you don't.
If it has good reviews, because I'm going to need a second movie to go see the other movie I'm getting ready to talk about. So instead of waiting another weekend, I think I'm just gonna go see Lamb and No Time to Die next weekend. So if Lamb is good, if Lamb's not good, I'll give James Bond.
Even trust the reviews. This is the same damn studio where we went and saw that god awful King Arthur movie. No. I refuse. Go watch Venom instead of this garbage.
I am not watching Venom. I refuse.
Go watch Adam Family 2.
Okay, this is the one I'm thinking about. I'm thinking more of the Antlers movie.
Antlers didn't look horrible. This movie looks fucking garbagey.
Remember, I don't know if I'll go see this one now. So
is some lady who thinks a lamb's her child or something. I don't. This looks dumb as hell.
Yeah.
It'll
I don't know if I'll go see this now because I thought it was the Antlers movie. So I taught myself out of it, which means I'll have to wait an extra week to go see James Bond.
I thought there was something else coming out for James Bond. Dang, that sucks. Well, we just wait and we'll go that next weekend and go see. Oh, there's 2 movies. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought Dune was coming out the same week as.
No, Dune comes out another 2 more. Yeah. Dune doesn't come out to the 22nd.
Well, that's a no for me on Lamb. Hell no.
I don't blame you. I mean, I've talked myself out of it because even watching the trailers, it's not really in English, which I'm all for going to see movies in different languages. I mean, I love Parasite. I watch all kinds of films. But I don't know about this one, so it just doesn't look like my cup of tea. And I really didn't like Green Knight, and it had really good reviews. And I was like, oh, it should be good. King Arthur, and you're like, oh man, that's disappointing. So I don't think it was as you thought it was, but So let's talk about James Bond because I'm getting pretty psyched about this film.
Whoa!
Because the review
have it on your anticipated list.
Well, just because Spectre was so bad, I didn't enjoy Spectre, and it was pushed back before COVID a little bit, it was the first movie where I was like, God damn, James Bond sucks. But then we're like, no, COVID is happening, but then it got pushed back again, and then whenever they were starting to release movies, and I was like, I don't know, is this going to be good or not? But the reviews have been pretty solid for Bond. It says it gives a good grand finale to the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, which I've enjoyed a majority of them. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, I didn't know Ana de Armas was in this movie,
yeah.
So
she's smoking hot too.
She's always hot. I mean, but she's someone from like Blade Runner to Knives Out. I've really enjoyed. So I'm a fan of hers anyway, but I'm looking forward to this. I mean, I love James Bond. I know I'm more of a Bond fan than you are, but I think this is going to be a good finale to it. And I love Daniel Craig also. I mean, such a great actor.
I do not want to hear about it because all year I've been saying this is our finale. We get to see Daniel Craig finish it off. I was like, I know the last movie sucked. It's probably the worst one so far of the Daniel Craig Bond movies. I was like, but gosh, they're not going to do that again. And I've been pumped for this movie. I want to see the finale, and then you get Ana de Armas as our Bond woman, I guess, of this movie. And I've been pumped. The marketing has really kicked into gear. There was so much at the theater last night, like every commercial. And then they were like interviewing the people before, and then we saw the trailer, and then I was like, man, Bond, they're pushing it. I didn't know about the reviews yet or anything, but that's good to hear.
Yeah, I watched Jeremy John's review and got really excited, and I looked at Rotten Tomatoes, saw it had some really good reviews. It's like it's not 80s or 90s, but 70s, so I can live with that. So that's a solid reviews. So I look forward to it.
Long.
I
heard it's really long.
Well, Spectre was really long, and hopefully it's not like Spectre where I'm bored or like that Dear Evan Hansen movie, like you said, felt like a 5-hour long movie.
Yeah, that's another thing. I want to go back and watch a few of the Bonds, But gosh, just the idea of going back and trying to watch that Spectre movie, which I do own, I'm just not feeling it. So I think I'm just gonna go.
No, I'm not watching Spectre because I have the movies really fresh in my memory, anyways. I mean, I just don't have any interest in ever watching Spectre again. Okay, let's move on to the next weekend. The first off, we have the 15th. We have a movie which I don't know if it'll be released really anywhere, but it's got some good reviews. It's a Mexican film, I believe, called Sons of Monarchs. It got some pretty decent reviews at Venice and I think either Venice or Sundance. So that's one I just wanted to give a little shout out. It's supposed to come out on HBO, so that'll be interesting. I'll read you what the plot of the story is. After the death of his grandmother, a Mexican biologist living in New York returns to his hometown, nestled in the majestic monarch butterfly forest in the Michoacan. After many years, the journey forces him to confront past traumas and reflect on his new hybrid identity, launching him on a personal and spiritual metamorphosis. It already has reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. It has like an 80%. So if I see it, I'll watch it and I might like it. So I don't know if it's so I'm interested in this film.
Have you seen the trailer for this?
I have not.
What made you just pull this out of?
Well, you always give me shit when we do these reviews when I just skip through some of these movies. So I went through the movies that were not.
I agree, but there's like 50 on here, and it's just weird that this is the one you picked.
Well, I mean, like I said, this was one of the few I wanted to talk about. So, so I picked one, and we'll go. I mean, you got give me some applause. So.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Now, the other movie coming out this weekend, we have The Last Duel. The Ridley Scott, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Forgot what that girl's name is, who I really, really love. And which I already said that. Oh. Adam Driver.
Jodie Comer.
Yeah, Jodie Comer, which I love. I mean, from Killing Eve, and then the Ready Player One, whatever that Ryan Reynolds movie was called, Free Guy. That's it.
Oh yeah.
So she was really good in that film. So I mean, the movie kind of has a little bit of Me Too kind of vibe to it, a little bit, but just set in the old days. And she's lying, cut her head off. And so kind of a perfect kind of setting for it. Ridley Scott. Sometimes his movies are great, sometimes they're bad. I mean, but it just kind of goes into that like. Gladiator or Kingdom of Heaven kind of vibes to it. The reviews have already come out. They're okay-ish, but they're good enough to go see. So I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Me too. I've been pumped. I like the trailers for this. It looks like my kind of movie. And when you say the reviews are okay, what are we talking about here?
69, 68.
Yeah, see, that could still be great,
Well, I mean, it's like I had bought in my head when I saw the trailers, I'm like, this is a top 10 movie that's gonna be on my top 10 list at the end of the year. That's where my head goes to. So, but I don't think it's gonna reach to those levels now. Which it's my problem when you over anticipate some movies, and sometimes you just under anticipate some movies, and that's usually what happens. So,
but yeah, I'm
Last Jedi.
Gonna go see this. Full first weekend, I think.
Yeah, well, this might be a movie I double feature with No Time to Die. Okay, the other movie coming out this weekend, which I don't know if I'm seeing it because it's like it's on the borderline of my scale, is Halloween Kills.
Oh my God! If you don't go see this movie after you have talked about this all effing year long.
It's fine. So Halloween Kills is the second Halloween film, or the third Halloween film in this Halloween verse. It's set right after the events of the last movie. The town comes together, but Michael is bringing a terror to the town. I mean, the trailers make the movie look really good, and like I said, the last movie I really, really enjoyed. And this one, I mean, the trailers were great, but like I said, I'm kind of torn because like I said, the reviews are kind of they're like kind of split a little bit. So I don't know. It's one of those movies that I am on the fence about, but I will more than likely maybe see. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like right now, it's at 59. Like if I just need it to go up 1 point. If it goes up 1 point, I'm definitely seeing it
You
for
base
sure.
too much of what you're gonna go see on Rotten Tomatoes. Like,
Well, it's just
it's
a
a
good
nice
scale.
tool to use, but you don't need to live and die by it. Like,
No, it's a good scale for me to use for theater experience.
it's a nice
because I maximize my movie theater experience. Because I don't want to see. I saw God when you go see Gods of Egypt in theaters, and you're like, yeah,
that was a fun time.
Yeah, you're so great. Your daughter was sleeping.
Hey, we had a good time making fun of that movie.
It was funny, but I just can't do that to myself anymore. Watching bad movies like Ride Along 2 in theaters. I mean,
you say,
Triple X. I mean, I just can't do it to myself anymore.
Gods of Egypt was probably best comedy that year. It does say that Halloween Kills is coming out on Peacock, so
yeah. So I might be able to just watch it online.
Yeah.
Get somebody to find it for me. Okay, let's move on to the next weekend. This is the 22nd. If I can read my handwriting, we have one movie called The French Dispatch, which I'm kind of thinking that's the. Okay, so it's Searchlight Pictures. I forget what this. Okay, this is the Wes Anderson film. So. So I know you have no interest in seeing it, and probably I don't have any interest in seeing it either. I'm not the biggest Wes Anderson fan, but like I said, it's a movie we have to talk about. So I might see this, I might not. It's I'll leave it here.
Yeah, I tried a couple Wes Anderson films. I just not my thing.
Okay, the other movie coming out this weekend, I believe this one has. I think this one is Benedict Cumberbatch. It's The Electric Life of Louis Wayne.
I saw the trailer.
Yeah, I saw the trailer of this too, and I was like, you know what? I'm interested. And it's coming out on Amazon. I mean, it's coming out nationwide October 22nd, but it'll be coming out on Amazon on November 5th. So will I make the trip to theaters to see this movie? I might. But I might just watch it on Amazon. If I can, like I said, if I can attach another movie to see this movie with, then I'll watch then I'll go see this in theaters. But more than likely, I'll probably be watching this on my couch on the TV screen. But this looks good. I love Cumberbatch. I really like the movie he was in earlier this year, the Courier, which I thought was a really good spy film. And I love Cumberbatch. I mean, and like he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie at the end of the year, which it's kind of sad. I'm kind of looking more forward to Cumberbatch more than Spider-Man in the movie. I don't know. I mean, maybe I've turned to a Spider-Man hater. But you know, and I've gone back and watched Doctor Strange, and I actually enjoyed it more this last time watching it than I did the time before. It also helps that the What Ifs. I really like Cumberbatch in those episodes. So, have you caught up on What If yet? This last episode, man, it kind of like it makes everything. You're like, okay, I get where everything's going and where the finale's headed up. So
I'm like 3 or 4 weeks behind. I may never finish that.
You should watch last week's episode was incredible.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna trust in you.
Okay. Like the week before, I was like, I don't know about the show, but then last week's episode, I was like, that was pretty good. Yeah. That was a really good, and then it sets it up for a finale. And then, did you watch the Doctor Strange episode when he tried to break the universe?
I did.
Then they bring his character back, and he's actually talking to the Watcher, and it sets itself up for a really cool finale. It could disappoint, but I'm interested. All right. Anyways, I don't know what this movie. I don't know what this movie is. It's
I know
called.
what you're gonna. Ron's Gone Wrong.
I don't even know what
Yes.
this is.
We saw a trailer for this again last night.
Oh yeah,
and I
I've seen it.
a little bit. It actually looks kind of good. Zach Galifianakis is the robot, and it's like about a malfunctioning robot. I'm interested to see what the reviews are going to be like on this, but this is one of 20th Century Fox's last animated movie. It's not Blue Sky; it's their other animation company they had.
Okay.
This
is 20th Century Studio, not 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, this is the trailer looks interesting, but I want to wait and see reviews because if it's got real bad reviews, I probably won't watch it. But otherwise, me and Key were already talking about maybe going and seeing this in theaters that week because I'm already going to theaters to see our next movie.
Yeah, I saw trailers for this movie though, and I was like, "Oh my god, it looks terrible!" Like sometimes animation can be like, "Man, that was a really good movie. It really hits in the the heartstrings." And then you see movies like this, and I'm just like, I got no interest whatsoever in seeing this film.
It didn't look bad. It had a Big Hero 6 vibe to it. It's a kid. Everybody's got these new fancy robots, and he goes out and buys one, and it malfunctioning. And it's probably going to be about a story of friendship. And, I don't know. I didn't think it looked horrible. I thought
okay, you give animation and sci-fi a big benefit of the doubt. Like I was telling someone asked me a few weeks ago, like, what's your favorite film genre? I said probably sci-fi, but I'm also the hardest on sci-fi as well. Like if sci-fi is bad, I don't hold any punches. But like when a history movie's bad, I'll be a little nice because at least we're getting movies about this era of stories, a benefit of the doubt. But when sci-fi's bad, I crush it. Okay, speaking of sci-fi, the film that I've been looking so forward to watching since I saw that trailer last year when we saw the trailer. Unfortunately, we'll probably never see a second movie of this film because Warner Brothers is pissing off Denis Villeneuve, Christopher Nolan, and all these other people off, and releasing it out on HBO Max, which I think they're stupid and crazy on. We're talking about Dune. This movie looks absolutely incredible. I mean, the trailer blows me away. I've talked to someone who's actually already seen the movie because he's got a pirated version, I think, from Britain. And he said it was absolutely incredible. So I know, and I said he was telling me about it. He said, "Yeah, you probably find it." I was like, I'm seeing this movie in theaters. This is I can watch it at home. And if I get lazy enough, I'll watch it on HBO. But I am seeing this movie in theaters. I am guaranteeing I'm seeing this movie in theaters one way or the other because I cannot wait to see this movie. I've been looking forward to this movie for years. And Denis Villeneuve made two of my favorite movies in the last few years, from Arrival and Blade Runner 2049. Prisoners was really good as well. And then Sicario was a great movie. So he's a great director, and he really gets genres really well. And it has a classic Star Wars kind of vibe to it. That science fantasy, space fantasy that I love, and what Star Wars probably should have been, but especially lately. But I'm looking forward to this.
You know what it looks like to me? The trailers look phenomenal. The music, I love the music in those trailers. I don't know who's doing it. Is it Batman guy? Who's doing the music for this movie?
I don't know.
It's somebody big because I saw somebody talking about it the other day.
Hans Zimmer.
Yes, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, music is in the trailer alone. I was just blown away by the music, and it just visually looks stunning. But it reminds me, it looks like Game of Thrones in space, is what it looks like.
Yeah, or Lord of the Rings.
Or Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's just, and it's got such a good cast. And I'm not as high on Denis Villeneuve as you are, but I did love Blade Runner. I liked Arrival. And I just think this looks phenomenal. This is definitely one of my most anticipated, and And no, I will say though, the HBO is really shooting themselves in the foot because if this movie's really good, what would we normally do? We would go multiple times in
Right.
theater to go see
But
this movie.
what's saving this movie box office wise is it's already released overseas and it's already made a killing. So so that's a good thing. So maybe it'll do okay in America, and hopefully they'll be like, come on, do the second one. And they're like, okay, I'll do one more with y'all and finish this because he was wanting to do both part one and part two at the same time, but Warner Brothers said no.
Which Blade Runner was kind of a flop too. Like it didn't make any money. So
Right, but it was a great movie. So
pre-COVID. So
yeah,
sometimes
it was a great movie though. I mean,
good, yeah.
Okay, now let's move on to the final weekend. This is one movie that I want to talk about, which I know you have no interest in, and I may not even go see it in the theaters either. But that's the My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie for My Hero Academia. I didn't see the last one, but I'll go watch this movie. Sure, why not? So I like My Hero Academia. It's a show I talk about a lot on my YouTube channel, and so this is one I'll probably check out.
Did they do like Dragon Ball Z used to do, and it's like their movie universe is completely separate from their?
Yes.
Okay. So, and there's been multiples of these. Like this is movie number 2.
I think this is like this be the third one. I think because I had one I saw in theaters. They had one I think out last year, the year before. It might have been the year before, and then this one's coming out. So yeah, I'll check this out. Sure, why not? Okay. Now let's talk about here's the movie I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah.
Antlers. This movie looks terrifying. I think you said it. I've said it, but it has a good cast. I mean, Kerry Russell's in this film.
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons, who I love. Great actor as well. So yeah, this movie looks terrifying. If I want to go watch a movie that's just going to try to scare me, I think this is the movie I want to watch for the Halloween season.
Yeah, this movie, the trailer alone terrifies me. My daughter really wants to go see it. It's just, do I want to have a heart attack in the movie theater? At least this one, this is, now that I know that this is the movie you actually want to go see, I'm not just, don't think you're as crazy because, this might be really good. And this is one that's, gosh, it seems like it was supposed to come out like a year ago, but I think COVID pushed it back. And, but yeah, it looks creepy as all get out. I don't know if I'll go see it or not.
Yeah, I gotcha. I was just looking up another movie on the Movie Insider thing, and I have no idea what this is. It's not even on my.
Mouthful of Air. I saw the trailer for this. It looked okay. I like Amanda Seyfried. She's good. It kind of looked like she's dying of cancer or something. I don't really know what's going on, but it looks kind of like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah. I like Amanda Seyfried. Okay, I mean, I really liked her she was in Mank last year. I thought she was really good in that. But she's okay. I have no interest in this movie. It kind of, from just the poster alone, which I haven't seen any footage, it looks like a Nicholas Sparks movie.
It's kind of the feel it was going. It kind of reminded me when she was also in that movie, The Art of Racing in the Rain, where she was also dying in that movie. So
cool.
Maybe what she's going for is these dying girl roles. I don't know. If it gets really good reviews, I could see myself maybe checking that out, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Another movie coming out this weekend that I'm probably not going to watch just because I have not watched Army of the Dead is Army of Thieves, which is a prequel to the Army of the Dead movie. Do you have any interest in seeing this movie?
I don't know. I mean, Army of the Dead was okay. Like it didn't blow me away, and I'm kind of their demographic. I like zombie post-apocalyptic movies, and it was okay. Like I forgot this movie was even coming out. It's crazy that we're getting it already. I mean, but I don't know. Maybe if I get real bored, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I haven't seen the trailer for this thing either.
I saw a little bit of a trailer of it, I think, on Netflix or something, and I was just like, So, sure. Okay, the last movie to talk about, which is another movie which was really high on my top 10 anticipated, but the reviews have kind of been a little but they're good enough to go see. And I love Edgar Wright though, so it's Last Night in Soho. It's got Anna Taylor Joy is in this film. It's got Mackenzie Davis, I believe it's her name, is in this movie as well. But she was in or McKenna Davis, or I don't know what her name is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But she was in Jojo Rabbit, but Anna Taylor Joy is really one of the main reasons you go in this movie, and also Matt Smith, Doctor Who love. I'm always going to support him, whatever he's in. So I'm looking forward to this movie just because, first off, it gets Edgar Wright out of the action movie kind of thing he's in. So I'm always interested in directors, actors, always moving from the genre that is their comfort food. Chicken. I like chicken because it's my comfort food. I'll go to it all the time. But sometimes I want to branch out and do something different. So, but is it risky? Absolutely. And that's what Edgar Wright's doing. So from an artistic point of view, I respect Edgar Wright for what he's doing. If it blows up in his face, then he can go back to his comfort food. But if it doesn't, it's okay. I'll enjoy it. Like that one movie that came out a couple years ago, A Simple Favor from Paul Feig. The thriller was actually really good. I actually liked it better than some of his comedies. So I think sometimes it's worth taking a risk and moving into a different genre. So I won't give him any flack. And the movie's going to be beautiful as hell because it's Edgar Wright directing it. I mean, even the movies that I don't care for, like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, I don't think it's that great, but it's shot beautifully. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. I mean, even though it's got okay reviews, I'm still looking forward to seeing it.
So yeah, I'm like you, super pumped for this movie. I pretty much like everything Edgar Wright's done. I bought the Cornetto trilogy the other day on Blu-ray because I wanted to rewatch those because I did love, which I've watched Hot Fuzz, and I haven't watched the third one of that, but
The World's End.
I liked Hot Fuzz and what's the other one? The zombie one.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, those are good. So Edgar Wright is one of my favorite directors, so I was pumped. And that first trailer, I still contend, is one of the best trailers ever made. I had the 1-2 punch though of that second trailer. I don't like as much, and it kind of slowed. And then
I don't even think I watched the second trailer just because I was already going to see the movie, and trailers can don't really do anything for me anyways. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but most of the time they give stuff away, especially on stuff I'm already going to see.
And then after that, I read some review, and it was right after I had went and seen. We went and saw that new James Wan horror movie, which I did.
Conjuring.
No, it was.
Oh, you're talking about not Heredity. I forget what it's called, but I didn't see it.
Malignant, yeah. And I hated that movie, and I get why people love it, but it's very spoofy and campy. And then I read a review of Last Night in Soho, and they were like, they directly compared it to Malignant, and they said it's campy and spoofy, and I was like, oh. So that's severely lowered my expectations for this movie. But like you said, it looks beautiful. I like Edgar Wright. I just have a feeling I'm not going to like this movie. I just have a feeling, and it's really sad because I was so excited for it. But maybe I'll go in and be pleasantly surprised, but my feelings have really dwindled on this one.
I understand.
Hopefully I'm wrong.
All right, guys, that ends episode 150 of the Easy Cage Show. Guys, you can find us out here every week on the Darth Easy YouTube channel to watch the Easy Cage Show. Next week, I don't know what we're doing. Be perfectly honest, because Randy Cage is behind on everything. He's going to Florida, so it's going to be kind of hard for scheduling. So we might have a double week episode in a couple weeks, or we'll maybe try to hit it next weekend whenever he comes back, or I don't know when he's coming back. So he may never come back, but there's always Wi-Fi no matter where he's at. So, but I don't know what we're going to be doing next week. That'll probably be our talk in the next after this ends. But guys, you can check out Randy Cage. You can read his letterbox. I'm sure there's a review of Venom coming soon on his letterbox, maybe in a couple weeks, because he doesn't really feel like doing reviews all the time. And guys, you can check out my YouTube channel. I just posted reviews of Star Wars Visions, and I can't remember what else. I also have my rankings of the DC movies that just posted, and so yeah, I'm gonna have some more reviews posting within the next couple of weeks. I'll have reviews of the Big Brother season. Then you'll also have reviews of some other shows in the mini states of New York and maybe some other stuff coming out. So guys, until next week, all too easy.